once more, and this time we are going to present our final reports for our Teams A program 3+2 vegetable and fruits programs. So these are our team members. First one is Ainun, the second one is me, Joseph, Pius, Alia, Ryan, Nabila, Yen, Zu, Chafian, Alina, Sheku, Wan, and Ilya. Next. So this is the outlines for the presentation. We will have introductions, goals and objective, methods and strategies, results and discussions, conclusion and recommendation, and references. Next. So for the intro, this is the overview of our program 3+2 fruit, vegetable and fruits, and it's an intervention program to promote adequate vegetables and fruits intakes among undergraduates, university students in University Putra, Malaysia. Our target group is undergraduate students, and the date is 21st of April 2017. The time is 3 to 8 p.m. and the venue is Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences, UPM. So, according to WHO 2017, and this is our world. Actually, there are 16 millions of people who are affected by this disability-adjusted life years, which is a unit to measure burden, and 1.7 millions of death is all attributed by low intakes of fruit and vegetables intakes. Next. So this low fruit and vegetable intake actually increase the burdens of the world burden, and these are several consequences that actually caused by low fruit and vegetable intake. The first one is it will contribute to the heart diseases, cardiovascular diseases. The second one is the diabetes. As you can see, it also contribute to cancers and even some lung problems and even mental problems and all. This is according to the PEP and G1 2015. The next one. So, how about in Malaysia? According to NHMS 2015, there are 95.1% of Malaysian adults. And there are a total of 94% of Malaysian adults who are actually didn't have sufficient intake of fruit and vegetable, and for the age range of 20 to 24, there are 95.1%, which means that out of 20 of adults, there are only one adult who have sufficient fruit and vegetable intakes. So for the goal, our goal is to promote healthy lifestyle by creating awareness on the importance of consumption of fruits and vegetables among undergraduate UPM students. So for the objective, I will hand to my teams to continue the presentations.
Okay, next I will continue to the objective of our program. Okay, for process objective, before implementation day, we want to have at least 10 volunteers that will be recruited to join our program, and then we have all the committees and the volunteers will attend the TOT session, and the level of awareness, knowledge, attitude and practice of fruits and vegetable intakes of our students will be assessed. Okay, during implementation day, at least 40 of the students will participate in the intervention program. And all the activities will be carried out as planned. And after implementation day, at least 80% of the participants give at least good rating to our intervention program. Okay, for impact objective, firstly is the awareness. After the intervention program, we hope that at least 50% of the participants will increase their ability to identify the consequences of inadequate intake of fruits and vegetables. And at least 50% of the participants will increase in ability to identify the benefits of fruits and vegetable intake.
Yeah, now we proceed in knowledge. After the intervention program, at least 50% of the participants will increase in ability to identify food groups in the Malaysia Food Guide Pyramid. And secondly, at least 50% of the participants will increase in ability to state the number of serving size for each food group to be consumed every day according to Malaysian Food Guide Pyramid. And at least 50% of the participants will increase in ability to identify the correct recommendations of the Malaysia Healthy Plate, and at least 50% of the participants will increase in ability to identify vitamins in fruits and vegetables. Okay, next, at least 50% of the participants will increase in ability to identify mineral in fruits and vegetables, and also at least 50% of the participants will increase in ability to identify phytonutrients, and at least 50% of the participants will increase in ability to identify the source of food for the specific phytonutrients, and at least 50% of the participants will increase in ability to identify the benefits of the phytonutrients. Okay, for the attitude, after the intervention program, at least 50% of the participants will increase in attitude score. For the practice, during the intervention program, at least 3 out of 5 groups will be able to prepare correct servings of fruits in their meal. And during the intervention program, at least 3 out of 5 groups will be able to prepare correct serving of vegetable in their meal. For the outcome objective, after the 3 months of the intervention program, at least 50% of the participants will achieve recommended intake of the fruit and vegetable.
Hi, Dr. Chin, it's me again. So I'm going to talk about the hypothesis of our programs. So there are actually total 12 hypotheses that we have in our program. The first one we categorize into the mean awareness score first. The first one is that there is no significant difference before and after the intervention program for the control group. And the second one is that there is no significant difference in mean awareness score before and after the intervention program for the intervention group. And the third one is there is no significance between control and intervention groups for the awareness score before the intervention. And the fourth one is that there is no significance difference in terms of the mean awareness score between the control and intervention group after the intervention. So for the mean knowledge score is almost the same. The fifth one is that there is no significant difference in mean knowledge score before and after the intervention program for the control group. And the sixth one is that there is no significant difference in mean knowledge score before and after the intervention program for the intervention group. And the seventh one is that there is no significant difference in terms of mean knowledge score between control and intervention group before the intervention programs. And the eighth one is that there is no significant difference in terms of mean knowledge score between the control and intervention group after the intervention programs. Next. So for the mean attitude score is actually the same things. There's no significant difference in terms of mean attitude score for control group before and after the intervention programs. The 10th one is that there's no significant difference in terms of mean attitude score before and after the intervention program for the intervention groups. And then 11 is that there's no significant difference between control and intervention group in terms of mean attitude score before the intervention program. And the final one, the 12th one, is that there's no significant difference between control and intervention group in mean attitude score after the intervention programs.
Thank you, Joseph. Now I will continue with the methods and strategies. Next. For the sample and setting, we use the non-probability convenience sampling. We choose the UPM students, and the total population is 14,063 students. And the students for the intervention group is 38 students, and for the control group we choose 40 students. The inclusion criteria is first undergraduate UPM students, age 19 to 24 years old and evaluations. And for the exclusion criteria, pregnant mothers and have physical and mental disabilities. For the intervention strategies, we use the model for comprehensive intervention, which have 8 components, but we only use from the first component until the 5th component. For the first component, which is the education and awareness building, the activity is 1, 2, 3 action. For the second component, which is the personal assessment, the activity is Assess Me, where we assess the intake of fruits and vegetables of the participants. Next, the third component is goal setting, which the activity is Set Your Target, where we ask the participants to set their target of how much fruits and vegetables they want to eat in order to achieve the fourth component, which is the knowledge and skill building. The first activity is Pick Me, where we ask the participants to guess the number of servings, the amount of foods that they have to take to achieve one serving. For the second activity is the Power of Pyramid, where we ask the participants to fill in a blank pyramid according to the Malaysian food pyramid. The third activity is What's on My Plate, where we ask the participants to plan a menu which involves three main meals, which are breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Next is the Phyto, which is a game activity which emphasizes on phytonutrients. And last one is ABC, it's simple as 1, 2, 3, which is a song activity where we ask the participants to create a song regarding the vitamins and minerals. For the fifth component is the opportunity to practice the behavior. The activity is Grab a Bite, where we have two activities. First is regarding oat, and second is fruit salad. Okay. Next, I will pass to the next presenter.
Thank you, Ella. Now I'm going to proceed on the evaluation methods based on the objective and relevant instruments. So we have 5 instruments, which are process checklist, attendance checklist, observation checklist, pre and post questionnaire, and also program feedback form to assess our objective. So for the program checklist, this is our program checklist to ensure that every activities were carried out as planned. Next, attendance list for participants, and next, observation checklist to assess our practice objective. Next, pre and post questionnaire mainly to assess our knowledge, attitude, and awareness of our participants. And the last one is program feedback. For the pre and post questionnaire, there are knowledge, attitude, and awareness. So next, this is for the attitude, the questions, and the lastly is program feedback form to assess our objective. So the statistical analysis that we use for socio-demographic data, we use descriptive analysis, and for the inferential analysis, we use paired sample t-test and independent t-test. For the management of resources, overall we use 800. Intervention contributes to the most numbers, and transportation only 45 ringgit, around 45 ringgit. And the sponsorships comes mainly from Nutrition Society of Malaysia for the income, and others are Pharma, Pasar Borong, senior, and lecturer.
Now I will present the result. First, we will look at our socio-demographic data. So this is the sex distribution of our intervention group and control group. As you can see, we have most female as our participant. Next. This is the age of our control group and intervention group. For control group, the mean age is around 19 years old, and for intervention group is around 20 years old. Next. This is the ethnic distribution of our intervention and control group. So as you can see, Malay contribute to the most distribution in our ethnicity. Next. Next, we will look at the religion distribution of our control and intervention group. So as you can see, Islam is the highest number in our participant. Next, for the year of study for intervention group, the highest is first year student, followed by second year, third year and fourth year. For the control group, we only have first year and second year student. As for the accommodation, for our intervention group, most our participants stay in college, while in the control group, all our participants stay in college. And that's all. I'll pass to Wan.
Okay, thank you, Aina. I want now I will continue to objective. For the process objective, this is our first objective. Before implementation day, we at least 10 volunteers will be recruited to help out the intervention program. So we achieved our first process objective. Next, our second process objective is before implementation day, all the committee members and volunteers will attend the training of trainer TOT session. So for our third process objective is before implementation day, the level of knowledge, attitude and practice on vegetable and fruit intake of all students will be assessed. And next for this is for process objective for need assessment. So the topic on fruit and vegetable intake will be choose to be our program. And next, okay, for this during implementation day, at least 40 of the students will participate in our intervention program. But we not achieve the process objective because we only had 39 participants. During implementation day, all the activities will be carried out as planned. So we achieve this process objective. This last process objective after implementation day, at least 80% participants give at least good rating to our facilitator and program. So we achieve this process objective. Next, I will pass to the Ain.
Okay, thank you, Wan. Now I will continue for the impact objective, the result on impact objective. So for the first awareness of our objective is, as we can see, the highest number of our awareness level is on the maintenance, which means most of them maintain to. Okay, thank you. Now I will proceed to the next result. So for the first result is on awareness. As you can see, the highest number is maintained. So for our objective is, after the intervention program, at least 50% of the participants will increase. So as you can see, we not achieve this objective. So for the next objective on awareness is, after the intervention program, at least 50% of the participants will be able to identify the benefits of fruits and vegetable intake. So we also did not achieve this objective. So now I will continue to the next presenter. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ani. Next, I will proceed with impact objective on knowledge. Next. Okay, for objective knowledge number 1, we can see that mainly the participant maintain the knowledge score. Next. Okay, after the intervention program, at least 50% of the participants will increase in ability to identify food groups in mentioned food card pyramid, which will not achieve this objective. Next. Okay, for knowledge number 2, after the intervention program, at least 50% of the participants will increase in ability to identify the correct recommendation or mention active play. We also not achieve. Okay, for knowledge objective number 3, after the intervention program, at least 50% of the participants will increase in ability to identify vitamins in fruits and vegetables. We also not achieve. Okay, for objective knowledge on number 4, after the intervention program, at least 50% of participants will increase in ability to identify minerals and fruit in fruits and vegetables. Okay, not achieved. Okay, and then for next objective on knowledge, after the intervention program, at least 50% of the participants will increase in ability to identify phytonutrients. Okay, Alhamdulillah, this objective we achieve. Okay, for next objective on knowledge, after the intervention program, at least 50% of the participants will increase in ability to identify the source of foods for specific phytonutrients. Not achieved. Okay, next objective, after the intervention program, at least 50% of the participants will increase in ability to identify the benefits of phytonutrients. Not achieved. Okay, next, interactive on attitude objective. After the intervention program, at least 50% of the participants will increase in the attitude score. We also not achieve. Next, I will pass to Aiman.
Okay, thank you, Alia. I will proceed with the practice objective. For the first one, as you can see here, this is our observation checklist for the practice. And the objective is during the intervention program, at least 3 out of 5 groups will be able to prepare correct serving of fruits in their meals. This is achieved. And the second one is during the intervention program, at least 3 out of 5 groups will be able to prepare correct serving of vegetables in their meals. This is also achieved. For the outcome objective, after the 3 months of intervention program, at least 50% of the participants will be able to achieve recommended intake of fruits and vegetables. This is not evaluated. Okay, for the independent and sample t-test and packed sample t-test, as we can see here, for the mean awareness score before and after intervention for control and intervention group, as we can see here, there is increment in the mean awareness score in the intervention group. For the mean knowledge score, as we can see here, the increment in intervention group is greater than the control group, which is control group is slightly increased. Okay, for the third one is the mean attitude score for before and after intervention for the control and intervention group. As we can see here, there is also increment in the mean attitude score. For the invitation, I will pass to next presenter.
Okay, thank you, Ainan. So I will continue to present the limitation of our program. So for the first limitation, it is we have a short duration of time. For each activity was planned according to tight and packed tentative due to the time constraint. And also, we also had not sufficient enough to produce large effect of increment for each awareness, knowledge and attitude component. And for the intervention program conducted only once. According to Janet et al. 2002, effectiveness increased with the duration of the intervention for at least 6 months. Repeated contact with participant, continuous support and tailored message. And we also have lack of validity of the questionnaires, which is self-developed questionnaire might not be able to assess the participant awareness, knowledge, attitudes, and skill accurately. And we will be biased and inaccuracy occurred in the result. And I will continue for the conclusion. And for the conclusion, overall, our program 3+2 Fruits and Vegetable Program gave an impact to the increase of participant awareness, knowledge and skill on consumption of fruits and vegetables. Even most of our objectives are not achieved, but still, there is also small impact from our program. So, which means that our program is not really failed, but we also managed to increase the awareness, knowledge and skill of the participant, but not really that much. And also we also most of the participants the knowledge are still maintained. It is because most of them are already aware about the knowledge before and after the program. Okay, so room of improvement was needed in order to produce more effective program in the future. And for recommendation, the number of participants is still not gratified. Hence, it is suggested that the choice of venue of the program is important in order to receive a good feedback and participant from the target population. And we also have limitation in assessing the effectiveness of outcome objective of our program. Hence, follow-up session should be conducted in next few months after the program. Okay. And the last one, this is might due to the lack of supervision from the person in charge, and the participant itself refused to fill in the questionnaire. To improvise this matter, we recommend that the PIC needs to ensure each of the participants return and answer all the questions after they done answering. So this is our references, and I think that's all for our presentation from Team A. So thank you, Dr. Chin.